I've tried to film this video so many fucking times and I just talk way too much or I fuck up with the audio, and we're just going to do it now, because I just formatted the card, which means I lost everything. I was just trying to delete a couple clips. The universe hates me. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Hello, we sometimes put things here, and by we I mean me, and by sometimes I mean sometimes. As you can see by the title, today I am doing probably my most requested video over the last like 2 years, and that is my fitness journey, body transformation, how I got in shape video. So a while back I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me any questions that you had or anything you wanted me to go over in this video, so I'm going to be answering a ton of your questions. Before I get into it, I do want to say 2 things. One, I am by no means like a certified professional at this at all, so anything that I talk about is just from my own personal experience and things that have worked for me, but you should consult your doctor or a professional or anything like that, because I'm not a professional at all. And the second thing I want to say is you don't need this video. There is no one look or idea of what it means to be healthy or fit or in shape. Diet culture and the media have really skewed this idea in our minds of what it means to be healthy. You can't visually see that on somebody. As you'll see in the video, really the main reason why I am into fitness and into all of that has nothing to do with like what it makes me look like. So I just want to say that right off the start, because yeah, I'm just not here for this like toxic diet culture sort of thing. In the wise words of the prophet Miss Duff, let's go back to the beginning. Hillary Duff, got it, cool. Didn't need to explain my joke. So I started working out probably like 2.5 years ago. And prior to that, the only real like fitness sort of thing that I had experience with was dance. I danced from the time that I was 3, 4, 5 up until I was a senior in high school. But aside from that, literally nothing. I was not an athletic kid at all. I never played like any team sports. Only child does not work well with others. I also cried every time so I wouldn't have to run the mile. So I say all of that because I want you guys to know where I started at. I mean, I didn't start with any muscle in general, but I didn't start with, I don't know, like being used to exercising and kind of like, oh, it's like riding a bike. I was not used to that at all. I will be honest, the reason why I started working out was for a totally vain reason, and that's because I got cast in a TV show and I knew I was gonna have to be in leggings and tiny crop tops and bra and underwear, and I really wanted to work out to feel like I was contributing to my body image in a positive way, even if I didn't see results, because I really started working out like the second I got cast and we started filming a couple weeks later. But it was in my head that I felt like, okay, you know what? I'm terrified to like be like pretty much butt naked on camera. I don't know, like it was easing my anxiety and fear of that because it felt like I was doing something to make myself feel better. But in reality, that's all in my head in general. There's that saying that it takes 30 days to make a habit, which I totally agree with, but I will also say it is impossible to make a habit if it's something that you hate doing. So the first time around when I started working out, I was doing bar classes, and I felt comfortable and safe because I grew up dancing and doing all of that, but I just got bored. And I think that's the reason why I didn't stick with it. It really only clicked for me once I found a workout that I really loved and I enjoyed doing, and that was Pilates. And I specifically do reformer Pilates. The first class I did, I actually did with Jocelyn Davis, and I just fell in love immediately. It was hard and it was challenging, but in a way that was like such a competition with yourself, but like in a healthy way. It had to do with being able to do specific movements. And also so much of it is you're focusing on yourself in these small classes, you're getting really good attention. And if you ever are into Pilates and you want to do reformer Pilates, I go to this place called Fitmix. It's amazing. I love them. And yeah, I felt like I finally had the perfect combination of doing it for 30 days so it became a habit, and then also just falling in love with the workout. So I think a huge part of it is finding a workout that you enjoy, and that might take a while for you to figure out. I tried so many different ones before I was like, wow, this I fucking love. I'm a person who just wakes up every day depressed and anxious. Like that's just me by default. But I found that if I was exercising in the morning specifically for me, by the time like lunchtime rolled around, like my anxiety, I was still like a 1 or a 2. Versus if I didn't work out in the morning, I'd start out at like a 2 or 3 and then I would get all the way to like a 7. But because I was able to have those endorphins releasing early for me in the morning, I was feeling so much more sane. So that was really what kept me going. So I personally really like photos for that, which is why I post so many pictures of me like post working out, because I like being able to like see that and be like, oh wow. If I like get in my head that I'm like, oh wow, I feel like I haven't gotten any stronger recently, I can like look and be like, oh no, I have. Like I definitely like look a lot stronger than I did 6 months ago. I probably started noticing slight changes in my body about a month in of like Pilates and spin. People in my life, like my friends and mods, definitely noticed a change in my body probably like 2 to 3 months. I was able to see it pretty quickly, but that's also because I was starting from fucking nothing. So my biggest fitness motivation, it sounds cheesy, but it's like myself and feeling capable. I always hated having to ask someone to like help me lift my suitcase over the overhead bin. I am physically able and I just wasn't really taking advantage of that. I like feeling strong. First thing I would say is find something that you enjoy. Like I said at the beginning, find a workout that you actually like doing. And then also start small. I didn't ever work myself out to the point of being like totally breathless and exhausted. I kind of let my pride take a back seat, not pedal as fast. If it's a spin class, I'm not going to hold this plank that long. I'm not going to feel intimidated by the people in the class who've been going for years and think that I need to be at their level when I've only been going for a day. Don't push yourself so hard that you're so sore that you can't work out for another 3 weeks. I think when you're able to build up slowly to that and really pay attention to your body and listen to your body, and you're able to form a habit before you like strain your body. And now I can push myself like crazy super hard, but at the same time, if I'm not feeling up to it, I'm not going to push myself to the point of like no return. I threw my scale out. Gosh, I don't even know when I did. Probably one of the best decisions I ever made for my own relationship with my body, because I didn't correlate what I looked like or what I felt like with numbers, because the numbers don't mean fucking shit. The first time that I worked with my personal trainer, we did like a body composition and everything, and I saw my weight for the first time in like years, and I felt shitty. It was so dumb that I felt bad about how much I weighed when I knew that I was in better shape and I looked better. I could compare 2 pictures side by side. At this weight, you would think this person weighs less than this person, but it wasn't that way. I just think in general, unless your doctor has you on sort of a program or anything like that and you've been asked by your doctor medically you need to lose weight, I just don't think that it's productive at all. Throw out your scale. For me, that's really signing up for classes where if I cancel, I have to pay a fee. Once you have the habit, it's going to be easier for you to do that, and switching it up. I hate getting bored of workouts, so constantly changing up what you're doing, I think is a great way to keep yourself on your toes. And then also workout buddies. I think that's a really great thing. It's like having a friend that you work out with and do all of that stuff, but then also knowing that there's going to be times in which like you don't have time to work out, and then throw on like a DVD or like a YouTube video. Does anyone even know what a DVD is anymore? Oh. I always think something is better than nothing, so if there's a day where you can't get to working out, then just do like 15 minutes of something. There is no secret to this at all. I think a lot of people say like, oh, if I had the time, I would. And I'm like, so do you watch Real Housewives? And I'm like, yes, I watch all of them. Are you up to date? There are certain things that you make sacrifices for. And if you really care about it, you will take an hour out of your day that's an extra hour of sleep, or it's an hour that you're watching reality TV, or it's an hour that you're just scrolling through social media on your phone. You can take that hour and use that to work out instead. Obviously, coming from an unemployed actor, like I've got lots of time, but even when I was working like 18-hour days and driving an hour and a half, it took scheduling. It took like, okay, I'm gonna work out at this location because that's 20 minutes from the location where I have to be afterwards, and I'm gonna shower there, and I'm gonna time this out, and that means I'm gonna wake up at this time, that means I have to go to bed at this time. And it took a lot of planning, but I enjoy it. And it's the same thing with scheduling anything. I think if you care about it and it's a priority, you will find time in your schedule to do it. I think if you can't find a whole hour to work out or 45 minutes or 30 minutes even, you can find like a 3-minute blocks or 2-minute blocks or 10-minute blocks throughout the day. And then by the time that you're done with your day, you're like, oh wow, I actually like worked out for an hour total. I started off with only doing SoulCycle and Pilates, and I did that for like 6 to 9 months before I joined Equinox, which if you don't know, Equinox is a gym. And what I really love about Equinox and why I wanted to join was the fact that like, yes, it's a gym, but more than that, they have so many classes. Every single day I could take a different class, and the routines in the class change up every single month. So I didn't feel like I was kind of, I don't know, plateauing. I kind of felt like I had reached my limits with Pilates and SoulCycle. So I work out anywhere between 6 to 7 days a week. For me, rest days I'll take as I need them. How I decide if I need a rest day is if I feel like I'm not gonna be able to give it my all in a class, then I just think it's a waste of money and it's not worth it. I don't necessarily feel like I need a rest day every week. It just also can be sometimes I'm busy and I don't have time to go. So Monday, I take a class called Streamline Sculpt at Equinox. It's basically just like a high intensity class, intervals, some cardio in between with weight stuff, and I love it. I actually take that class the most of any class at Equinox. So Tuesdays are actually the day that we usually record my podcast. Don't blame me if you don't listen to it, download it, haha. Link down below, shameless plug. I usually try and fit in a Pilates class at FitMix in the morning on Tuesdays. If I'm not doing it in the morning, usually then Tuesday's just a rest day. Wednesday, I take a class called Master of One at Equinox. It's like a unilateral, one side of your body at a time workout. Thursday, I take Streamline Sculpt again, and then Friday, I take Pilates at Equinox, and that one is not a reformer's Pilates class, so it's much more like Zen and like a lot of laying down, and it's really funny to like go from like a Thursday class or a Wednesday class where it's like, push it, you got this, don't drop it, one more rep, don't stop it, you're gonna have to do burpees, to then Pilates being like, if at any point you feel like your mind is not there, just lay down and close your eyes. You mean that like if at any point I just want to stop, like I can just lay down and close my eyes? Saturday, I will do Streamline Sculpt, and if I'm feeling up to it, there's also another Pilates class after, which I might take. And then Sunday, I do Rumble, which is boxing. So any day that I'm at the gym after a class that I've taken, if I'm feeling up to it, I will just hop on the stationary bike and bike for like an hour. Usually I'll keep the resistance anywhere between like 5 and 7, and I'll keep my pace in the 70s, like between 70 and 80. And I will just respond to emails. I will, if I've got an audition, I'll read the lines for the audition. I have ADHD, so it's like occupies that part of my brain that is like move, 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 can't focus, can't focus, can't focus. And then I can just focus on whatever's happening on my phone. I also wrote like full chapters of my book on my phone while being on the bike. So that's where I get my cardio in. I don't know what it is with this like fetishized idea of abs. Nobody has abs all the time. I had abs this morning, but I don't have them now, and I definitely never go to bed having abs. The saying like abs are made in the kitchen is totally true. A, you can't spot fat reduce anything, and B, no matter how many crunches or ab exercises that you do, the only way you're going to see abs is if your body is built to see abs and see that definition there, and if you have under a certain amount of body fat percentage so you can see the abs. No matter how much work that you do, you have to have like a very low level of body fat percentage to see the abs. So many of the people who you see as fitness people posting online, they look like that because they eat for those abs, so you can see them because that is their job. I think having core strength is great and it helps you in all of your workouts. Every exercise is an ab exercise if you're doing it right. Lunges, ab exercise. Bicep curls, ab exercise. Everything should come from engaging your core. That's why it's your core. So I don't even really do a lot of like specific ab workouts. When I was a teenager, I was like, oh my God, I have to do like 10,000 crunches every single night and then I'll get abs. And I have better abs now from doing less like ab specific things and just getting really good form on other workout moves. So being the new person in class is totally terrifying. I always would show up 15 minutes early, so I'm one of the first people there. I have time to park, I have time to put my stuff away. Not only does that ensure that you can like meet the instructor and tell them it's your first time, and I would also say go with a friend. Every time I've taken a workout class, any place, the first time I go, I'm going with a friend. Be in it together, and then once you've done it once, you're like, okay, I feel confident and comfortable to go back again. But I will also say, nobody is judging you in a workout class at all. And if somebody is judging you, they're not working out. If anyone in a workout class or at the gym was looking at what you're doing and not what they're doing, they would drop a weight on their face. Those people did not get in good shape from going to the gym and just looking at other people. I don't fucking pay attention to anybody in class. Literally at all. I've been in classes with people that I know and I didn't even realize until class was done because I was not looking at them. So just know nobody is judging you, and if anyone is judging you, that's so on fucking them. And also those people are not exercising. Like, they're just there to be an asshole and then just be like, this comes with time. I think it probably took me over a year to realize that taking a rest day when my body needs it does my body more good than harm. I don't know, if you like let yourself just exist and know that this is going to be the rest of your life, and this isn't just like a time period where you're going to be doing this, there's gonna be days where you're gonna miss it. Through the rest of your life, it's always gonna be like that. You don't need to be at your peak #1 level of fitness all the time. Your body is constantly going to be changing, and the idea that you wanna like lead at this like absolute like consistent upward trajectory the whole time isn't attainable. Yeah, it's not an all or nothing kind of mentality, which is easier said than done. It definitely took me a while to understand that. I personally feel like you should work out because you want to. I think if you hate working out and you don't want to do it, then you shouldn't do it. I don't think that there's any point in spending any time in your life doing shit that you fucking hate. I think that's terrible. I think if you find a workout that you love, then totally do it. But I think if your mindset is to be healthy, gets into diet culture and everything like that, but exercising doesn't equate to being healthy. There are so many different meanings of what it means to be a healthy person. If anything, the goal should be, I want to be happy. Does fitness make me happy? Do these endorphins make me happy? Do I enjoy this? Maybe you don't enjoy the exact hour that you're doing it, but do you enjoy like the 6 hours afterwards you feel like you're like rolling your face off? I think it should be much more about how it makes you feel. The same way that I don't own a scale, I don't count calories. Calories are stupid. There are so many more calories in an avocado than there are in a rice cake, but there's so much more nutritional value and like vitamins in an avocado than there are in a rice cake. And no. Because I work out in the morning, I like to work out on relatively an empty stomach. I will have a bulletproof coffee in the morning, so it does have like MCT oil and almond milk and collagen and all of that stuff, but I have an incredibly weak stomach. I've got IBS. I have so many stomach issues, so I don't like having food in my stomach when I work out because then I'm pretty much 100% guaranteed to throw up, but that's also just me. I know a ton of people who can't work out without eating anything beforehand. Then afterwards, I have a protein shake to build muscles, build big strong muscles. My cheat meals are usually things that give me terrible diarrhea or make me so bloated and nauseous and farting and feeling like I'm going to vomit. So some days I decide that I'm like, you know what, I'm in the mood. I text Mott's and I'm like, yo babe, you're not getting any tonight. I had Brussels sprouts. I literally will call treating myself eating popcorn or eating fruit, and my friends, when they first started to know me, they were like, oh God, that's like what you consider treating yourself? And then they spent time with me and they're like, oh no, those things wreck your stomach. That's why you're calling this treating yourself. It's for the taste, not for how it makes you feel. For me, it all really goes back to the fact that I want this to be my lifestyle and I want it to be something that I can maintain. And I've gone through phases where I am eating super, super, super healthy and clean and nothing that makes me bloated and putting my body into ketosis. But then there's other times where I'm like, you know what? I have nothing to not be bloated for. Why not just be bloated? I just think something that you can't maintain is something that you're not going to maintain. Aloe Yoga, Lululemon, Gymshark. I love Forever 21 sports bras. They're great. I love Outdoor Voices. I love Girlfriend Collective. Free People has really cute workout stuff. I love Carbon 38. I will link all of my favorite workout clothes, their websites, down below. So the last thing that you guys asked me to do was to include some before and after pictures. I'm also just going to include some pictures through the whole process in general, just because I want you guys to see what I mean of being like, there are times when your body is going to be in what society says is better shape than other times. This is all over the course of time, and for the rest of my life, I'm going to be in better shape than I am now, and I'm gonna be in worse shape than I am now, and there's no use in beating yourself up about that, because if you want it to be something that sticks, you're gonna have to know and accept the fact that you're never going to be in like peak performance all the time. It's the reason why Olympians train for the Olympics. Like, they're not like that all the fucking time. It's a journey, in the words of The Bachelor. Okay guys, this is an incredibly long video that I've now filmed pretty much almost 3 times all the way through. Good fucking God. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You can turn on my notification bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. And then also let me know what other kinds of wellness, health, and fitness videos you guys would like me to do. I know a ton of you guys said like a workout routine. I just do what the teachers tell me in class, and I feel like I can't record in class because that's like really awkward, and I'd be like, oh, film, you know? I know this is an entire video of me talking about like, my health journey, how I got in shape, and I'm sure the thumbnail is me in a sports bra and all of that stuff. But I also want to reiterate, like, you don't have to do this. You don't have to work out if it doesn't make you happy. Society and diet culture has made women believe that that is the only way that you can be like beautiful and socially acceptable, and it's not true. I really, really, really hope that we can get to this place where diet culture isn't a thing and where there isn't this shame and guilt and so many of these questions regarding that. I don't know any young girl who grew up and didn't have issues with that and self-confidence and body image, and what I look like doesn't correlate to how I feel about myself. And I think I thought that it would when I was younger. Exercise and fitness is a tool in helping me as a daily with my mental health struggles. There's no goal that I would ever achieve to then like snap and suddenly be happy. And diet culture wants us to believe that that's not true, that if you get to be a certain weight or a certain size or a certain look, that's when it's all gonna click and you're gonna be happy and great because society praises that. What society thinks of you, A, we need to change that, but also it won't change what you think about yourself. Did I just get like very new agey? Maybe. Okay, I'm done getting mushy. Pisces season. Sorry guys, my Pisces moon is like, feel the feelings. Thank God I have therapy tonight, gonna get it out. Woo! Okay guys, I will talk to you later, or see you later. Click the links down below, Instagram, as well as my podcast and Shop Marty. So check it. And goodbye.